If you're an Oklahoma fan, you were on Twitter yesterday and you might have saw some news that Demarco Murray is, I guess, interviewing for a job at Ohio State. And it leaves a lot of Oklahoma fans, at least what I've seen in Twitter comments and the Discord, basically saying, why? This doesn't make any sense. Why would DeMarco Murray interview for a job at Ohio State? I think we got to talk about it today. We got to talk about where the rumors originally initiated from and kind of just put our own thought here on it because, again, it really doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it also does make sense. And I'll get to that here in a second. Before we do that, I need to hear from y'all. So make sure you're joining the discussion, jumping down in the comments below, giving me your thoughts. And do you think DeMarco Murray ends up leaving the University of Oklahoma, whether that's now to take a lateral move or down the road to even take a upgraded role, maybe like an OC? It's all on the table. All right. So if you all were on Twitter yesterday, of course, you probably saw this tweet from the Scarlet and Gray podcast saying, according to Bucknuts, Oklahoma running back coach DeMarco Murray will interview for Ohio State this week. And it was basically said from Bucknuts, while we agree Robert Gillespie is a very strong candidate to replace Alford, we are hearing DeMarco Murray is a name to keep an eye on. Not that he necessarily is the number one candidate, but he will be among the coaches that Day interviews this week. Would Murray really leave his alma mater of Oklahoma for Ohio State? Well, he already interviewed for the running back coaching position at Michigan. What does that tell you? And I want to kind of talk about this for a second because I think there is questions on, like, why would he be interviewing and could he potentially leave? And I think the answer is, could he leave Oklahoma for another job? Yes, 100%. The only job I think that's for is an OC job or even a head coach. And I don't think he's done enough at this moment to warrant a head coaching job. But I think he certainly has maybe done enough to get a small offensive coordinator job somewhere. And for DeMarco Murray, that's probably the next step in your career. And also, I think a lot of things that are being missed, but some people have talked about it. In any job, it's important to always see what's out there, see what's available. One, it kind of tells you where you're at in the market. And for coaches, it's a little bit different. They can kind of see what their market value is by what other coaches are getting and by your performance. In a job like mine and yours, yeah, you kind of have to explore the market to see what the market's offering, right? To see, okay, am I competitive in my job? For DeMarco Murray, he could be doing that. The other thing is, if you don't interview for jobs for a while, I think it becomes too easy to become stale in what you do. And then when something does open up, do you have the interview skills to be able to land the job? Because this is something that I don't think people understand. Like, yes, you can be a stellar recruiter. You can be a really good coach. You still have to be able to sell the university and sell a head coach or an athletic director on the idea of bringing you in. And in an interview process, that's all this is. It's selling yourself among the other candidates. So DeMarco Murray going out here and interviewing for other jobs, sometimes it's more so of, well, as you've seen, Ryan Day is interviewing other people. It's a public school. People don't realize this, but most companies, most places require you to interview outside people and to interview at least 2 or 3 candidates for a job, even if you know who you want to hire, because it creates fair and equal opportunity, or at least that's what they say. So this could really just be a formality. Ryan Day could be interviewing DeMarco Murray, knowing DeMarco Murray's not leaving Oklahoma, but DeMarco Murray probably needs the interview skills. We need to interview a big name, right? It gets Ohio State back in the headlines. It gets Ryan Day back in the headlines. And I think it's a win-win for both parties, even if he's not going to hire DeMarco Murray. But here's the deal. We all know DeMarco Murray is getting job looks, whether it's the NFL or at Michigan or Ohio State or any other college program. The reason why is look at what he's done in his time at Oklahoma on the recruiting trail. As a primary recruiter, he has landed Taylor Tatum, who is a 5-star running back, Gavin Sawchuk, a high 4-star running back, Javante Barnes, Hollywood Smothers. He was the secondary recruiter on the 4-star offensive tackle Jake Taylor, who we're really hoping has a big season. He recruited Caleb Hicks, Andy Bass, Xavier Robinson. Like, he has done a really good job on the recruiting trail. And then he's done a good job at developing the talent. I think now it's, can a Gavin Sawchuk and Javante Barnes put together a really healthy season? Can they stay healthy so they can go out there and produce at a high level? That's what we kind of expected last season. We expected for Gavin Sawchuk and Javante Barnes to potentially be 2,000-yard backs, or even maybe a 1,500-yard back and a 700-yard back. I think that's kind of what we were expecting, but injuries derailed that a little bit. But Demarco Murray is a good coach. He's a good recruiter. He's somebody that is going to be wanted on a lot of staffs across the country. The question is, though, can Demarco Murray find the right fit? Is it an opportunity that progresses his career? I don't think Demarco Murray leaves for another collegiate job as a lateral move. I don't think he leaves to go be the running backs coach and a running game coordinator, which I don't think he has the running game coordinator title at Oklahoma. But still, I don't think he leaves Oklahoma to be a running backs coach and coordinator at a different school. I just don't think that happens. Not to mention, y'all know who the new offensive coordinator is at Ohio State, right? In Chip Kelly. Demarco Murray, Chip Kelly, it doesn't make sense. Ohio State does have a loaded running back room. So obviously a lot of people would look at it and say, well, it's intriguing because of that. But Demarco Murray has a really intriguing running back room at Oklahoma as well. So in my mind, in my opinion, in my heart of thoughts, I don't think Oklahoma is losing Demarco Murray to Ohio State. I just don't see it happening. Now, if he would have been able to get the offensive coordinator job at like an Alabama or a place like that, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I think every Oklahoma fan would have been like, yeah, Demarco Murray, that is a step up. You need to leave. Like that, like, don't miss on the opportunity. Unless Demarco Murray just really likes working with running backs, kind of like a Bill Bedenbaugh. Like, Bill Bedenbaugh really likes working with offensive linemen. Do you expect him to leave Oklahoma for an offensive coordinator job, or do you think he just really likes what he does and this is what he wants to do? Like, some people are okay with that. Demarco Murray also could be just trying to get a salary bump. He might be like, hey guys, I am one of the most underpaid assistant coaches in the SEC. Like, give me some sort of pay bump to make me a higher paid assistant. Like, there could be a lot of variables in here. Not necessarily Demarco Murray actually looking at leaving. It could be a lot of pushing the hand, fine-tuning his skills a little bit. And then also it could be just Ohio State needing to interview a couple of coaches. And Demarco Murray's a big name. It gets the fan base excited. It gets them back in the news. So, guys, that's going to be it for today, talking about Demarco Murray. A couple of you guys asked about it. That's why I want to talk about it. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like and hit the subscribe button, because we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and I want you to be a part of it here. And additionally, if you have not already, hit that like and hit that subscribe button.